happening, family? Peace, peace, peace. Bless up, man. How y'all feeling? I'm inspired tonight, man. I've been inspired all weekend, man. Been making history all weekend. Out here in Atlanta. We got a whole week of being out here. And I just left the Drake concert out here. Man, it's interesting to, when I go places, I'm a spectator, of course, and an observer at the highest level. You feel me? So I just be watching, and I be just thinking about, where the trajectory of this whole movement going. I was sitting back with the homies, and we was coming up with the 2044 plan. Like, because what I learned is you got to think beyond a 10-year scope. You got to think 20 years at least, so that you can, or 19 years, I say, so that it increases the way you think about things, right? It increases the scale of your imagination and how you go about shit. You feel me? Like, so putting together this plan, man, it's gonna be on a different level. But I seen how that boy was controlling the crowd, man. I seen, how the people was tapped in. And music is such a powerful thing. It's a universal code. It's a universal language. People of all different, ethnicities, people of all different background and languages, they gonna understand the vibes. You feel me? They gonna understand the vibes. And you gotta go to places and just be an observer. I be going to places for different reasons when people see me, because it allowed me to think. You feel me? When I go and I'm able to think, it put me in different spaces, different vibes, different frequencies. See, the difference between me and a lot of people is they try to stay in places that make them comfortable. I don't like the comfortable. I'm going in places I ain't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So I can always stretch. Right? So I can tap into new energies, new perspectives, new ideas, new fields, new frequencies, man. That's what it's about. So I'm on a high vibration right now, and I'm at ATL all week, so we getting busy all week. We got the AC3 conference. I'm gonna go step on that stage and give them some of that energy, right? And I just can't wait to see where this thing goes. And you gotta have that kind of energy for your life. You gotta have that energy for your future self, right? Most people, they don't care. They don't take care of their future self. It's this idea like, you can take care of your future self. We said come to a real crypto conference. Shit, as long as they send me some real money, I'm gonna tap in. Most people don't take care of their future self. Think about, your future self and how they feel. Think about your future self, how they living. Do you think that this person is confident? Do you think this person is living the greatest life? Because that person is completely dependent, upon you. That person is completely to your will on what you do right now. I remember times, I poisoned my future self and eating wrong. I would rob from my future self by not investing in myself, right? I take away from my future self knowledge, leaving them dumb from not learning something. I was treating my future self like shit, and now, man, I really care about future self. Like, nah, don't even worry about it. I got you. You good. You in a great position. You a legend. So it's a real thought and it's a real idea when you have a connection to who you are, right, and who you becoming, to make sure you do things that's in alignment to who you want to be. Because one day you go live it. One day, the same way, I'm sitting here right now in 2023, man. 5 years ago, if I didn't care about this version of myself, I wouldn't be able to do the things I do now. Right? And that's the thing about, where we are in today's time. There was a 5 years ago from this day that you had to do things the right way. There was a 2 years ago, 1 year ago. How much did that person care about the life that you live in? How much did that person, because you know you got to differentiate yourself into different time dimensions. Like how much did you care, like that you was going to put yourself in position to be able to, you know, live the life that you're living right now. Man, I always cared about my future self. Ever since I was a child, I'd be thoughtful. I would ask future self, how much wisdom you got? How much knowledge? How do I get there? You feel me? It changes the way you go about doing things. It allows you to do things bigger as well. So you gotta care about your future self. And a lot of people don't think about it because they be trying to survive. They self be jumping maybe for another week, maybe for another day. Most of the time they have concerns instead of confidence. Yeah, ever since I was a child, I cared about this person right now. I would think like, damn, who I'm gonna be at 33? I would think like, who I'm gonna be at 10 years? Who I'm gonna be at 44? I'm gonna be at 55. I want them to feel good. Like when you let's say you in your 20s right now, you in your 30s right now. Let's say, like, how do you want that person to feel? How much money you want that person to have? How much power you want them to have? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of network? How joyful you want them to feel? Man, you got to be able to take yourself out this time loop and jump into another time consciousness. And that's what I be doing because it allows me to be able to set myself up for success. It's a self. Man, they paused me for a long time. But anyway, man, Atlanta, I've been having a great time. Yeah, it's an important exercise to do, though. You know, tapping into who you are. It's an important exercise to, you know, take a step back and figure out, like, you feel me, where that power is. And I be locked in with it, though. I be locked in, and I don't let nothing get in my way. And I always remind myself of my own power. I always remind myself of my energy. I remind myself of, you know, who I am everywhere I go. Always. Like, that's a constant I am. Like, I am is the presence of God. Oh yeah, this is one of the highest levels of crowns that I created. I don't know what they doing to my my live. They on some BS right now. You know, every time Apple come out with a new phone, they start messing up the old ones. And that's not even like a conspiracy. That shit was already proven to be true. Somebody say, any advice for somebody finding themselves? Stop looking. Stop looking. That idea that you need to find yourself, right? You know, it's like looking for, you ever look for something that you had in your pocket the whole time? You know what I'm saying? You ever look for something that's in you? You don't look for yourself, because then who you become is somebody that's lost, right? When you realize who you are, you find yourself. That's what they call it. It's a realization. You don't go around looking for yourself. Who can find you? Who can point you in the right direction? Where is self? Right? And this is why so many people is lost, because they take on the identity of lost. The identity of lost is looking for yourself. The identity of found is realizing who you are. I am. Just stop and say I am. What you want to put after that? I am what? It's up to you. You get to fill your cup. It's simple. All of the other jargon, all of the other things that people wrap around it, it's nothing. It's fancy words. Just stop and say I am. And that's who you are. You feel the rest of whatever the hell that means to you. I am blank. You got that ability. I'm giving it to you. Use it. You keep looking for yourself and you'll keep being lost. Because that's what lost people do. They look for themselves. I ain't never tried to find myself. I always knew who I was. Because I decided who I was. And then remind yourself of who you are constantly, so you don't get lost, because the world try to make you forget. The world is like, imagine you walking around like this bravado and this confidence of like knowing you royal, and then somebody walk up to you and try to treat you less than. You go, whoa, 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 wait a minute. You don't know who I am? That's what you go think. You don't know who I am, right? Because they don't know, right, what that I am is. And so you got to be like, wait a minute, man, I'm not going to allow it. I got to remind myself who I am. And by reminding myself, I'm going to remind you. You feel me? Because obviously you must not got the memo. And that's not healthy for neither one of us. And what you do is you don't go to places, you don't deal with people, you don't allow nobody to treat you other than who you are. You know what I mean? But you get to make that decision. I say, I'm a God. I have to be treated as such. That's the energy. Nothing else will suffice. I'm royal. I got to be treated as such. You know? So if you try to treat me other than, because you might be like, who you think you are? And I'm like, I am. Why would you question that? Why would you play with my work because you don't know your own? So yeah, man, that's my advice. Stop looking for yourself. You'll be lost forever. That's what lost people do. Don't ever take on the actions of a lost man or woman talking about I'm trying to find myself. Nah. In real life. But I'm vibing though, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and relax for the day. Y'all have a blessed one. We about to do some photo shoots tomorrow. Then we got AC3 this weekend out here in Atlanta. And we got a fashion show tomorrow. They didn't even send me no flyer or nothing, but we supposed to have a fashion show tomorrow, I think. Or is it, what's today's date, y'all? I do not be knowing the days of the week. But I believe we're supposed to have a fashion show that we participate in. It ain't my fashion show, but I decided to go ahead and throw some things in it. Man, we got a lot going on. I ain't gonna lie. We be doing so much throughout the day, you wouldn't believe. But, you know, we be moving. We be on God's time. But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Peace. I'll send y'all more information when I get it.